we've been looking at something called the coronavirus watch list, right? Look at this. The market, no, hold on, not that one. Is that the one I want? Coronavirus, did I get rid of it? Oh man, there it is. S&P and CNBC COVID-19 Testing and Treatment Index. There it is. The S&P, there it is. The CNBC has come up with a COVID-19 index. I wonder where they get that idea from. I'm very interested on where they got that idea from. And they've got a watch list of companies in this COVID-19. They've got 29 companies. 29 companies that are working on testing and treating of the novel coronavirus. Its components are a mixture of pharmaceuticals and biotechnology companies ranging from Cambridge, Massachusetts-based Biogen in Foster City, California, Gilead. Interesting, right? So we've had our watch list out for the longest time. I'm just bringing it to light that CNBC has now got an index that tracks the stock performance of companies working on a coronavirus cure. That's all I got to say about that, right, Joey? That's all I got to say about that. So, moving on, a big coronavirus stock making the news is Gilead. Gilead says early results of coronavirus drug trials show improvement with shorter remdesivir treatment. Gilead said preliminary results of the coronavirus drug trials show at least 50% of patients treated with a 5-day dosage of remdesivir improved. All right, so that was really a big mover in that watch list of stocks, of which I'm going to show you our watch list that tracks more stocks than theirs. All right, let me get back into the software. I just really wanted to bring that to the forefront because I was like, really? Here's Gilead. Let's analyze it. The stock is currently over its value. Every stock in our database gets a value of what we feel a stock is currently worth. Our mantra is to have you in safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price in a rising market. Just because a stock is overvalued doesn't make it a bad stock. It just means that people are willing to pay a premium to own the stock. That's all that means. Now, remember when I still told you that we analyze the market and stocks better than anybody? Let's look at the next 5 indicators here. Relative value, relative safety, relative timing, VST, and CI. If you'd like, I've done short videos on how all of these indicators work here on YouTube. You can find them. Relative value looks at a stock's long-term price appreciation potential, and we compare it to an alternative investment in a AAA corporate bond. You buy a bond, after it matures, you get your money back with a little interest. Well, relative value is going to show me long-term price appreciation potential. Should this company outperform that AAA corporate bond over the next 1 to 3 years? Right now, all of these indicators, all 5 of them, are cast on a scale between 0 and 2, where above 1 is favorable and below 1 is unfavorable. Gilead Sciences, relative value below 1, unfavorable. This stock long-term is not something I want to hold, but this is more of a trading stock, and I'll explain that in a second. Relative safety, RS, looks at a stock's consistency and predictability of financial performance. Earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Relative safety is an indicator of risk, and it looks at the stock's ability to meet or exceed its earnings expectation quarter over quarter and year over year. The higher the relative safety above 1, the more probable the stock will meet or exceed its earnings expectations. Well, it's at above 1, so Gilead stands a good chance that when earnings comes out, it's going to meet earnings. Relative timing looks at the short-term price trend of the stock. Is the stock in an uptrend or not? RT above 1, stock's in an uptrend. On a scale between 0 and 2, the higher above 1 it is, the faster in an uptrend it is. So looking back at relative value, the stock doesn't have good long-term price appreciation potential, but it is moving now. This is more of a trade. Hopefully everybody in the room can now learn to analyze any stock in the database to determine whether or not it's a longer-term play or a shorter-term trade. Gilead is more of a shorter-term trade. But wait, there's more. We look at the earnings. The company has positive earnings, but they are growing their earnings at a negative rate, negative 5% a year. It does have a buy recommendation, and CI, which is Comfort Index, looks at a stock's ability to withstand long and lengthy price declines. CI is above 1. The stock is more resilient when it goes down. It tends to go right back up really quickly. And again, our master indicator, VST, which looks at relative value, relative safety, and relative timing, has a VST above 1. The stock overall is a good stock. The higher above 1 the VST is, the stronger the stock is with the combination of value, safety, and timing. Let's look at its graph. Let's view the stock graph as we pull that up. Gilead. And now, overall in an uptrend, but look at this. Remember I told you that this was not a longer term trade, that this is more of a trade? Now you see why. Look at the volatility on the stock. On the up days, it does good. On the down days, it does bad. Overall, though, with the 20-day exponential moving average, Gilead is trading above its moving average, that 20-day exponential moving average. RT is still above 1. Gilead is still in an uptrend. If I am trying to hold this stock long term, now knowing that the RV is below 1, I hope this makes sense. Do you want to hold that stock long term with all of this up and downosity? That's a Glenism. With all of this up and downosity, do you really want to hold on to this stock? Relative value is a smart indicator. All right, but wait, there still is a little bit more. Let's go to our watch list that we created way back in February when I was doing a presentation in the Savannah user group. I first brought this coronavirus stock watch list out. Theirs tracks 26. Mine currently tracks 39 stocks. Now, if I want to use this as an index, well, before I go saying I want to use it like an index, let's start off. One of the things that Tom does in here, he will open up this watch list every day and sort by percent price change. What does that do? It shows me which stocks are moving today, and a lot of people have made a lot of money trading those stocks on those days. Now, from an index standpoint, let me go down to the watch list average, which is looking at all 39 stocks in one graph that I'm going to pull up. View the watch list average graph. As I open that up, this is what my 39 stocks are doing. So right now, what is it doing? Pulling back a little bit, but still above the 20-day exponential moving average. How cool is that? Now, I never called this an index, nor will I. Just interesting that CNBC is already doing something that we've done already, and they're now calling it an index. I'm calling that. I own that here at VectorVest. Not me personally, but we own that. We've been doing this prior to anybody else doing that, and that's one of the benefits of being here on Trending Thursday, folks. So yeah, it's pulling back as a group of 39 stocks, still above the 20-day exponential moving average. But as I close this out, I'm never afraid to open up this watch list, sort by percent price change. This is a great way from a trading perspective to take advantage of which ones of these stocks are moving at any given time. Gilead is somewhere down in here. It's down today, but if I analyze it, the stock, and we already analyzed it. The big mover today right now is Trinity Bio. The stock is currently a little bit overvalued, no good upside potential, no good safety, RT above 1. This is a trade. Many of these stocks that have RTs above 1 telling you they're in an uptrend, many of these stocks do not have fundamentals except for here. How about Regen? Now, if I'm looking for a biomed to hold long term, Regen might be it. The stock is undervalued, good upside potential, good safety, and moving higher, and a buy recommendation, growing their earnings at 17% a year. That's more of a long-term play. And this is how you can analyze any stock in VectorVest like this and be able to make a true determination before you pull the trigger on the trade, whether it's a longer-term hold or shorter-term trade. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.